and the ability to align with the spirit of the times are the pillars of sustainable progress. We stand today at an important juncture in our national journey, the close of the 2021 to 2025 strategic period under the National Development Strategy 1 and the dawn of a new 5-year cycle under the NDS 2. So this workshop is pivotal, one that calls for both reflection and reimagination. It is a moment to look back at what we have accomplished, to learn from what we have experienced, and to project our collective vision into the next chapter of our development story. Over the past 5 years, that is from 2021 to 2025, our Universal Service Fund, which is administered by POTRAZ, has recorded significant achievements that have expanded connectivity, deepened inclusion, and strengthened innovation across Zimbabwe. 22 base station towers were relocated under the Tower Relocation Project, bringing coverage to previously underserved communities. We established, the Honorable Minister, 204 digital centers, with 48 of them now powered by solar energy to ensure sustainability and resilience. In the education sector, our e-learning programs transformed access to digital tools for learners and teachers. Over 1,700 schools were connected to the internet. 921 were equipped with ICT laboratories, and over 1,800 computers were distributed nationwide, Honorable Minister. Additionally, 720 schools received laptops to facilitate digital registration for ZIMSEC examinations. The e-government program also registered impressive progress, with over 2,200 computers and 320 smart devices distributed to ministries, to government departments and agencies, including rural district councils, Honorable Minister. 352 ZRP sites were connected to the internet, strengthening public service delivery and administrative efficiency. Our ICT for people with disabilities initiative ensured that inclusion remained at the heart of digital transformation. 52 institutions were connected to the internet. 68 of them received ICT gadgets and assistive software. And training workshops empowered more than 600 persons with disabilities, with essential skills, not just knowledge of how to use a computer, but essential skills which they can actually also use and possibly monetize as well. These initiatives, Honorable Minister, earned the authority recognition through winning an award as the overall best performer for the regulatory SOEs category last. In the health sector, 1,219 healthy institutions were connected to the internet, while the telemedicine project was funded to the tune of over $2.5 million revolutionizing healthcare delivery and access. Innovation and capacity building remained key pillars of our mandate. Through the innovation drive, nearly 100 innovation projects were funded, while more than 200 innovators were trained in entrepreneurship, and 40 students have since received scholarships to pursue technology-related degrees at local universities. The establishment of the National Innovation Acceleration Center positioned Zimbabwe as one of only 18 countries globally recognized by the International Telecommunications Union for leadership in innovation ecosystem development. On the regulatory front, we introduced in 2023 a new licensing framework that opened opportunities for small and medium enterprises, supporting the national mantra that Zimbabwe is open for business. During the past 5-year cycle, the authority introduced a research and development unit, which has to date produced over 20 research papers, and has also started a prestigious ICT research journal contributing to evidence-based regulation. So, Honorable Minister, we are no longer just a regulator, but we are a regulator that regulates using research information, using evidence coming from research. Honorable Minister, the past 5 years saw the enactment of the Cyber and Data Protection Act, which designated POTRAZ as the country's data protection authority. To that end, a data protection unit was created, which unit hit the ground running, setting up a data protection officer certification course in collaboration with the Harare Institute of Technology. Nearly 1,000 people have so far been trained and certified as data protection officers, while several companies have been licensed as data controllers as the authority ensures compliance with the Act. The authority has also conducted several sensitization and awareness programs around cyber security and data protection, complementing the traditional consumer education and awareness programs which the authority uses to educate consumers on various issues ranging from the complaint handling procedure, consumer rights and responsibilities, as well as child online protection, among others. These robust awareness campaigns have seen the authority being recognized as the most open public institution in Zimbabwe by the Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA. As we continue to reflect on the numerous accomplishments, I am excited to say that just a couple of weeks ago, the authority successfully held its 9th AGM. Honorable Minister, the 9th AGM coincides with my 9th year in POTRAZ. as Director General, what is interesting to note is that over the past 9 years, the authority has recorded clean audit results, except only 1 year when all public accounts in the country were qualified due to technicalities emanating from the current convention. In addition to that, last year, Zimra recognized POTRAZ as one of the most tax-compliant organizations during their annual awards. I think we need another round. In recognition of our collective exceptional and consistent performance towards attainment of our set targets, I think it's now it's no longer news that we were awarded the best performing, parastatal in the regulatory category at State House last year. We now want to promise you, Honorable Minister, that barring any catastrophic happening, an act of God, which would be out of our control, we will remain at the top. These are just but some of the tangible results of 5 years of hard work, 5 years of collaboration and strategic foresight. Yet, as we pause to celebrate these achievements, we must also recognize that the world in which we operate is changing rapidly. This brings us to the essence of why we have to craft a strategy. Every strategy exists between two worlds. There is the world of ease and the world of ought. The world of ease represents our current reality, what we have achieved, what we know, and the conditions in which we operate today. The world of ought represents our aspirations, the future we desire to build, and the ideals that drive us, and the possibilities that lie ahead. Strategy, therefore, is the bridge between these two worlds. It is the deliberate process of moving from where we are to where we must be. It requires us to face our realities honestly and also dream boldly and act courageously. The world of ease gives us data, it gives us context, it gives us lessons. The world of ought gives us vision, ambition, and purpose. So as we begin formulating our 2026-2030 strategy, we must balance these two perspectives. We must continue with impactful initiatives that are working, but we must also think beyond them, imagining and implementing entirely new projects that respond to the emerging realities of the digital age. We must harness technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and Internet of Things, not as distant ideas, but as practical tools for inclusive growth, efficient governance, and enhanced service delivery. This new strategy must be ambitious yet realistic, visionary yet grounded, innovative yet inclusive. It must anticipate future disruptions and build resilience into our system. And above all, it must ensure that every Zimbabwean, regardless of location, regardless of gender, regardless of ability, is part of the digital revolution. So as we embark on this journey of strategic reflection, let us remember that the task before us is not simple to plan for the next 5 years. It is to shape the very trajectory of Zimbabwe's digital future. Strategy is not a document, it is a discipline, a mindset, and a commitment to progress.